Hello friends, welcome to Insights ICANN initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about Article 35A and Article 370. Recently, like yesterday, our Honorable CJA, he was commented that Article 35A, when it was there at that time, it was completely against the fundamental rights. And it also violated the rights of the people over there. And apart from Article 35A, while commenting on that, he also commented that Article 370, while the Article 370 was abolished, whether the union government followed the principles of the federalism or not. These are some of the comments made by the CJA. In this context, we are going to discuss about this particular issue in detail. First, without any delay, let us go through the syllabus component, syllabus mapping. This is related to General Studies Paper 2 as well as the UPSC Prelims. Syllabus map syllabus point of view. And in syllabus point of view, it is related to Indian Constitution, features and amendments. Then, in terms of video components, in this video, we are going to discuss about what is Article 35A and what are the controversies surrounding the Article 35A and the current status of Article 370 and Article 35A, and the CJI expressed views, as I mentioned earlier. What are these views regarding Article 35A? We are going to discuss, and we'll also discuss about government justification regarding Article 370 abolition. These are the areas we are going to focus on this particular video. First, let us see why it is in news. Like I said earlier, CJI actually now regarding the abolition of Article 370, now the proceedings are going in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is examining all the whether the government violated any constitution or not, whether this abolition of Article 370 in this process any particular issues are being violated or not. Grievances surrounding Article 370. To address all these issues, some court proceedings are going on Article 370. While Supreme Court hearing this Article 370 abrogation and related issues, CJI commented that when Article 35 was there, Article 35A was there in the Jammu Kashmir Constitution, it took away all the fundamental rights which were available to the rest of the Indians. And he also commented that when the removal of Article 370 was done, whether the federal principles were followed or not. These two comments were made by the CJI. Now let us see regarding these comments further. First, here you have to understand, students, Article 370 given special status to Jammu Kashmir, special status to J&K, and after addition of Article 370, according to Article 370, Jammu Kashmir can have own constitution. In Jammu Kashmir Constitution, there is one article, that is Article 35A. Regarding that article we are discussing. CJI commented that, remarked that this article discriminated the Jammu Kashmir citizens as well as the rest of the Indians. How it was discriminated, we'll see. Here you have to understand that Article 35A is not about the Indian Constitution. It is about the Jammu Kashmir Constitution. And Article 370 given the special status to Jammu Kashmir. Why the Jammu Kashmir got special category? Because when Jammu Kashmir was merging into India, at that time there was an agreement made between the Jammu Kashmir state as well as the India. So that agreement was nothing but instrument of accession. According to the instrument of accession, Union government promised that Jammu Kashmir people will be protected under a special category which was given in the form of Article 370. Why the instrument of accession was arranged? Because of 1948. 1948 India-Pakistan war. Initially, it started as tribal insurgents which was encouraged by the Pakistan government. Then Jammu Kashmir ruler, he sought the help of the government of India. In response, government of India requested that they can join with India. For that, this Jammu Kashmir ruler, he put a condition that his people in the Jammu Kashmir, they should get the protection. In response to that, Union government promised that they'll get the protection through Article 370. In this context, Article 370 was added into the Indian Constitution. And of course, after this India-Pakistan war, instrument of accession, after this after the instrument of accession, 1952 agreement was made as well as 19 1954 presidential order also made. According to the 1954 presidential order, we given special category to Jammu Kashmir. So this is the background regarding the Article 35A and Article 370. In 2019, Article 370 abrogated. It was abolished. Of course, Union government is supporting this view. On which basis they are supporting, we will discuss about that anyhow. So these are the remarks made by the CJI. And this Article 370 was abolished at that time. These are the 4 bills introduced or resolutions introduced by Union government. First one regarding the Constitution Order 2019. This is regarding the Article 370. Like I said earlier, Article 370 came into existence through 1954 presidential order. So that presidential order has to be revoked. To revoke that, this order 2019 was issued by the president. Then repeal of Article 370 of the Constitution. Second resolution. Third one, reorganizing bill. Reorganization of the Jammu Kashmir into Jammu Kashmir as well as the Ladakh into 2 union territories. And the fourth one is application of EWS reservation to Jammu Kashmir. These are the, so one bill and the 2 bills and one presidential order and one resolution. These are the 4 introduced during the time of the JNK. One presidential order, one resolution by the Union government in the parliament and 2 bills introduced by the government of India with respect to this Article 370. Here you have to understand, students, Article 370, when we give an Article 370, there was one clause under Article 370. That clause is about Article 370 clause 3. Article 370 clause 3, it gives information that how the Article 370 can be abolished. That information can be given by Article 370 clause 3. Article 370 clause 3 says that, it says that only Jammu Kashmir Constituent Assembly, Jammu and Kashmir Constituent Assembly, if they suggest to the Union government for the repeal of Article 370, they can remove Article 370. But what Government of India done? Government of India done that they first amended Article 367. Listen carefully. They first amended Article 367. What is Article 367 previously saying? Previously Article 367 was saying that wherever Jammu Kashmir Constituent Assembly was mentioned, that means it was Jammu Kashmir Constituent Assembly. But we amended the 367 in such a manner that Jammu Kashmir Constituent Assembly is equivalent to Indian Parliament. Indian Parliament or Jammu Kashmir Assembly is equivalent to Indian Parliament or Jammu Kashmir Assembly. This was we added through Article 367. How it was added? We issued the presidential order, that is presidential order 272, and they replaced the Constituent Assembly with Jammu Kashmir Assembly. If Jammu Kashmir Assembly is not there, then Parliament will take the decision. So what the Union government done when they are removing the Article 370? Initially they imposed the President rule. Listen carefully. They imposed the President rule in Jammu Kashmir. President rule in Jammu Kashmir, so that Assembly cannot take the decisions. Assembly cannot take decisions. Normally, Assembly is supposed to take the decisions according to the Article 367. So, who are taking the decisions now? Parliament is taking the decision. So, Jammu Kashmir reorganization was done. By the Parliament, as well as Jammu Kashmir, this Article 370 was also abolished. So this was questioned by the CJI. Why? Normally when you are reorganizing a state, how you will do? You will do according to the Article 3. Now tell me, students, regarding which article Berubari case 1960 was related? Whether it is related to Article 2 or Article 3. Tell me your answer. Berubari case related to which article of the Indian Constitution? Now let's see. Article 3 is saying that if you want to divide any state or if you want to convert any state into UT, what you have to do? So President has to refer the bill to that particular assembly of the state. Then assembly will give their opinion. It doesn't matter, there is no voting, just they will give opinion. Then the bill will be introduced in the parliament. the bill will be introduced in the parliament and parliament will pass the bill with simple majority. Parliament will pass the bill with simple majority. This is the process, students. So the bill must be referred by president, okay, to the parliament. From their assembly, opinion, again go to parliament, simple majority. This is how Article 3. Article 3 not comes under Article 368, not counted under Article 368 because this bill does not require the special majority. To consider a bill under Article 368, the bill must pass through the special majority. Here it requires only simple majority. So this procedure was not followed here. Why? Assembly was not there at all. So that is the reason they did not follow the procedure. These are some of the legal complications associated with the Jammu Kashmir division. Now let's see. CJA remarks. Already explained regarding the Article 3, what are the CJA observations and why assembly opinion was not taken, why parliament itself divided the J&K, already explained all these things. How the central government is supporting the division of Jammu and Kashmir. Central government is supporting on the lines that the correction of the past mistakes that previously we given Jammu and Kashmir Article 370, because of that some security issues been arised, so now we are correcting. Regarding the development and investment, when Article 370 was there, at that time Article 35A used to be there. According to the Article 35A, non-locals cannot easily invest in Jammu and Kashmir, so now it is not going to be there, and now we will give the state category, the category of state to Jammu and Kashmir after a certain time limit. In today Hindu newspaper, you might have known that CJA asked the government of India, when you are going to again, restore the state category to the Jammu and Kashmir. Those are the three things. Article 370, when we given to Jammu and Kashmir, it was added under Part 21. Under Part 21, it was, added through the Presidential Order 1954. And this was a temporary provision, like I said earlier. And Article 370 provided some special rights, such as rights related to citizenship, rights related to ownership of the property, and some fundamental rights, some of the exclusive fundamental rights in relation to the resident of the Jammu Kashmir. Non-resident of the Jammu Kashmir, they cannot claim those fundamental rights. Here union government don't have any power regarding the financial emergency. They cannot issue the financial emergency in J&K. Even whatever the laws made by the parliament, they are not automatically apply in Jammu Kashmir unless until they are ratified by the Jammu Kashmir Assembly, except laws related to foreign affairs, finance, defense and communications. Except these laws, rest of the laws, they have to be ratified by the J&K Assembly. Now Article 370 subjected to the Article 1. Article 1 is saying about India, that is Bharat is a union of states. So still Article 370, through Article 370 we given some special rights to Jammu Kashmir. In spite of that, it comes under the jurisdiction of Article 1. That means Article 370 should not violate the sovereignty of the nation. Next, Article 35A. Like I said earlier, when Article 370 given to Jammu Kashmir got the separate constitution, and that separate constitution of Jammu Kashmir, they had this Article 35A. Article 35A is a result of Presidential Order 1954. Before that, 1952, Delhi Agreement was also made between the two agreements. And is given special rights to the people who are the permanent resident of Jammu Kashmir. Who are the permanent resident of Jammu Kashmir? The people who were living in Jammu Kashmir by the time of 1927. And this Article 35 is also saying that whatever the laws made according to the Article 35A of Jammu Kashmir Constitution, even though they are violating the Indian Constitution, they cannot subject it to the judicial review. They are out of the purview of the judicial review. That is also a very important thing. By the way, what are the additional provisions given by this Article 35A? According to Article 35A, the property rights of Jammu Kashmir, they confine to only the people who are permanent resident of Jammu Kashmir. Regarding the public sector jobs, acquiring the property, getting scholarships, and getting the assistance from the government. Even the Jammu Kashmir women, if they marry to the outside of the states, obviously they lose all the property rights because of this Article 35A. So that means, because of this Article 35A, it treated the non-residents of Jammu Kashmir who are living in Jammu Kashmir, they were treated as second-class citizens. They were not eligible for government jobs. They did not get the scholarships. Even, the refugees who came from Pakistan to Jammu Kashmir after 1947, even they were not treated as the Jammu Kashmir residents. Because of this, there were a lot of inequalities developed. Even some of the fundamental rights, such as Article 14, Article 21, they've been, not applied to the non-residents of Jammu Kashmir. These are violations of the, Constitution in respect of non-residents of Jammu Kashmir. Regarding this, to correct these kind of mistakes, the government of India was saying that they removed Article 370. Of course, there are some, issues are there. Whether the process was right or wrong, that is the ultimate, it has to be decided by the court. But anyhow, the conclusion is, the focus of discussion now, it should be, after removal of Article 370, whether the fundamental rights as well as equality and federal principles and the legal process, whether all these were actually, whether we followed or not, whether they were in place or not, we have to check. This is the time we have to check about these aspects. Next, yesterday's video question: which of the following is not a member of G20? Which country is not a member of G20? Singapore is not a member of G20, students. Then today's MCQ. We'll see which statement is not correct about the Jammu Kashmir. Jammu Kashmir has its own constitution. Okay, own constitution. No decision regarding the disposition of the state of Jammu and Kashmir can be made by the government of India without the consent of Jammu Kashmir state government. Union government cannot take any decision. So this question is about the present condition. Residuary powers in respect of J&K rest with the state government, not with the union government. And D, all the above are incorrect. So tell me, which of these four are right? Mains question. Discuss the impact of abrogation of Article 370. So what is the impact of abolition of Article 370? Do you think it will help India to resolve the Kashmir disputes? Okay, so this is today's mains question. Now, as we reach to the end of this video, let us see what we discussed in this video. In this video, we discussed about Article 370, Article 35A, abolition, CJA remarks regarding the Article 35A, as well as the violation of federal principles in the removal of Article 370. We discussed why Parliament took up the role, and Article 90, the instrument of accession, 1952, 1954, and how the Article 370 came into existence. All these issues we discussed. And we also discussed about some of the, violations of Constitution with relation to the Article 35A. That was also we discussed regarding this Article 35A. And so what are the implications due to Article 35A? Those things also we discussed. This is the detailed analysis regarding the Article 370 abolition and Article 35A abrogation.